I think
Okay.
one is enough for you.
Yeah, only one, yeah. Here's my audio feed for you. I just went into the club rooms. But you could probably...
You should wait for us.
To do a quick sound check.
Yeah. You ready for it? You ready for it? You're ready. Here you go. Okay. Can you say something?
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Paddocks here in Para Hills for this men's RA NPL match between the host side Para Hills Knights and their visitors Campbelltown City. Kick off at 3 p.m. local time here in Adelaide, South Australia. I'm your host David Grant and I'll be taking you through the next 90 minutes of football, folks. Big game for Para Hills Knights if they're to do something to get their season kick started. Tune in at 3 for all the action.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in higher levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Para Hills in Adelaide's north for this men's RA NPL match between the host side Para Hills Knights and the visitors Campbelltown City. I'm your host David Grant. I'll be taking you through the next 90 minutes of football, folks. Quickly to the lineup. The home side Para Hills Knights as follows: number 3 Jackson Merritt, number 4 Mark Ulai, number 5 Shikosi Yane, number 7 Marco Guerrera, number 12 Masashi Shikazawa, 15 Lansana Smith, 16 Kai Blomley, 17 Samuel Adejo, number 18 Michael Diana, 22 Kyle Marley McFall, and 31 the goalkeeper Lachlan Fusco. Campbelltown City lineup as follows: number 6 James Boffa, 7 Jordan O'Doherty, 8 the captain Alex Mullen, 10 Jaden Labasso, 11 Josh Morey, 14 Adam Piscineri, 17 Julian Ialeggio, 19 Kenya Fujinami, 20 the goalkeeper Matthew Centofanti, 21 Jordan Maricic, and 22 Alessio Malissi. Referee today is Dennis Pulishai, and he's assisted by Ibrahim Saidi and Damir Davis. As we continue round 7 of the men's RA NPL. Last year, 2 away wins in this fixture. In round 7, Para Hills Knights visited Campbelltown and won 5-2. And in the return at round 18, Campbelltown travelled to Para Hills here and won 5-1. The last home point here at the Paddocks before that was round 7 in 2019, a 0-0 draw. And the last Para Hills Knights win prior to 2025 was back in round 14 of 2017. Para Hills Knights winning that one 3-2. Campbelltown's goals coming from Ian Fife and Keto Minamura, and a hat-trick for Para Hills scored by Alex Mullen. There hasn't been a home win in this fixture in the last dozen years. Preparing to get us underway, Jordan O'Doherty in the middle with James Boffa. Missing from last week in Campbelltown's lineup, Daniel Vaughan, the goalkeeper, and Harrison Conant, both of them unavailable today. I pressed for further information, but Didn't guess a lot, unfortunately, so 2 significant outs this week. They must have other commitments. Ball goes through here to Lachlan Fusco, Para Hills Knights goalkeeper. Knights coming off the back of a 3-1 loss last week against Adelaide City. And their goal coming from their captain, Mark Ulai. Para Hills Knights do sit bottom of the men's RA NPL. They haven't won a game yet. Played 6 and unfortunately lost 6, and the goal difference is also at -23. But a win today would take them above Adelaide Comets at least. Comets playing last night. And lost that game. Or didn't win that game, should I say. And sit with just 1 point from their 1 draw this season so far with -12 in their goal difference. So a win for Para Hills Knights could take them up to 3 points, or would take them up to 3 points, which would leave them 3 points behind the next team above, Adelaide United's youth team. For Campbelltown City, different story. They've won 2, drawn 2, lost 2. They sit 8th in the NPL ladder on 8 points. And a goal difference balanced at 0. Scored as many as they've conceded. Top 6, of course, is finals. That's what Campbelltown would surely be aiming for this year. Para Hills Knights, it's maybe a distant thought at this point in time. Not impossible, of course, because we're only 6 rounds in. But their immediate thoughts must be about NPL survival, even at this early stage. Here's Damien Morey. Sorry, Josh Morey. Won't be the first time I do that today, I apologise. Doherty goes back to Fujinami. And he finds Maricic and plays it across the back to the skipper, Alex Mullen. Para Hills Knights not showing any signs of sitting back today anyway. Although they've given Doherty a little bit of room in the middle of the park, and a mix up in comms there between himself and Fujinami. Means the ball goes out, unforced. Para Hills Knights have never won a top flight title, but they have been second tier champions on 4 occasions. 1976, 1990, 2006 and 2012. As they come forward here. Shot low. Taken comfortably though by Matthew Centofanti. Yeah, 1976 Para Hills Knights played their home games at the Eldridge ground. Now Para Hills, it's now Para Hills Oval, where Para Hills Cricket Club play. It's on the corner of Nelson Road and Murrow Road for those locals who might be interested. 1.6 kilometres distant from this ground here. In the late 70s they moved here to the Paddocks. Played ever since at these grounds. And interestingly enough, Para Hills Knights' first top flight game was a 4-3 win versus today's opponents, who were then known as Campbelltown Budapest. Campbelltown City, forming in 1975 when City and Burnside Budapest merged, and then changed their name from Campbelltown Budapest to Campbelltown City in 1979. So there's your little history lesson for today. James Boffa does well there to intercept that one, robbing Michael Diana of possession, but Para Hills Knights have it back through Shikosiani, and that'll be picked up by Lachlan Fusco in goal for Para Hills Knights. Great little stadium this in Adelaide's north. And it's a warmer day than it was last night, and even yesterday afternoon. And the wind we had last night's gone too. And here's Para Hills Knights working their way up the far side. Chikasawa now with the ball. Turns onto his right, onto his left. Gets his cross in. It's a good one to the back post. Target was Marco Guerrera. Didn't quite get to him. Marco Guerrera, Para Hills Knights top scorer this year in the league. He's only got 2 though. And he came in round 1. Mark Uli's goal last week. Only the other goal that this team has scored in the league this year. But they must take heart from it. Ball lofted forward. Chased by Julian Aileggio on the far side. Pleasant little ground this. You see the little stand over there on that far side. They've got some decent little club rooms over there. A shame to see them not playing at this level. Club has produced many big names over the years as this cross comes in from Campbelltown down the left hand side. Comes back out to Jordan Maricic. He whips it in with his left. It's too close to Fusco though, and he takes. Here's Samuel Adejo now on the far side for Para Hills Knights. Content just to hold on to the ball just now, play along the back. Maybe just take a little bit of momentum out of it. Shikazawa now. This pass goes into the inside of the Campbelltown half. And Sana Smith. Ball's picked up by James Boffa though. Goes back to Alex Mullen, and Sana Smith's onto him though. And they're forced back. Centofanti has it now. And he clears over to this near side. Throw in Jackson Merritt with it. He goes down the line. O'Doherty. Challenged by Guerrera. Fujinama with the throw down in front of the bench. Finds Josh Morey. Morey leading the league goal scoring for Campbelltown this year. Here he's got 6. Will he get 7 here? Puts it into the middle. Collected by Fusco though. There's Adejo now. Shikazawa. Crossfield ball, looking for Jackson Merritt, just a little bit beyond him. And that's gone out for a throw-in. Labasso. Merritt gets the back, better of him. Chico Siani playing well there on that side there to win the ball. Para Hills Knights just settling into a little bit of a rhythm. There's Kyle Marley McFall. Goes forward, finds Michael Diana, and the ball's spread out wide. Diana on the overlapping run. He'll look to try and win this back. But Jordan O'Doherty is on that far side to see that one out. Chip over the top. Morey's under it. Brings it down. Forces himself wide though with it. Still has it though. Faces Mark Uli. Gets himself into the penalty box. Finds O'Doherty. Para Hills Knights come away with it. Defending well. Siani spreads it to the far side. Masashi Sukiwawa. Sana Smith. Smith onto his left, gets the shot in. Just a bit too high. Here's Alex Mullen. Pumps the ball forward. There's another game being played concurrently in the RA NPL. The Sturt Lions are hosting Adelaide City at Carinia. They're 9 minutes into that one, so 2 minutes after us. There's currently nothing each there. But don't change channels, this is the one to see. As Fujinama creates a little bit of space and has a shot there. Not on target, but a chance nonetheless. Here's Kyle Marley McFall now, playing out the back for Para Hills Knights.
Becky, stay up! Becky, stay up! Becky, stay up!
Dropping deep to collect there, Kai Blomley. He's won it back after losing it, so he's done well there. Here's Chikazawa. Twists and turns. And eventually James Boffa has a nibble too much. Commits the foul. And referee Dennis Pulajai awards the free kick to the home side, playing in the black and white. Founded by a group of Spurs fans in the early 1960s, this club. Hence they play in that white kit and have done for the last 60 odd years. There's Fujinama now making his way back down to the corner, and he'll play in his goalkeeper, Centofanti. Jordan Maricic now. Campbelltown look to play out of the back, but look at Para Hills, they're onto it quickly, four of them. Winning possession back. Marco Guerrera has it now, puts it into the middle, he's looking for Lansana Smith. Blomley from distance, that's a good strike, side netting. And Kai Blomley coming closest there for Para Hills Knights to opening the scoring. Jordan Maricic again. Moves forward, pushes it out wide, and Jaden Labasso picks it up on the left hand side. He goes middle, he's looking for Mori. Intercepted though. Michael Diana working hard there to win that ball back, and the final ball through to Lansana Smith. Just a little bit heavy. O'Doherty. Ialeggio finds a little bit of space, but Para Hills Knights really quick to close down here. Mullen goes to ground, but the ball had gone out anyway. It's a throw in which they've taken quickly. Samuel Adejo wins that one well. He's only got one target up front though in Lansana Smith. Here's Labasso offside though. Kyle Marley McFall now plays the ball out to the far side. Samuel Adejo finds Chikazawa. Oh, and Chikazawa's giving it away cheaply. Josh Morris through here. Mark Coolidge gets a toe in. Morris still has it. Chikazawa eager to atone for that misdemeanor there as the ball comes into the middle. Goes beyond everyone. It's picked up by Jaden Labasso on his right. Whips it back in, back post. Adejo clears, but only as far as Boffa, who strikes it well. The ball's loose and tapped in by Julian Adelegio from close range to make it 1-0 early on here. And to be honest, maybe a little bit against the run of play. Para Hills Knights has started okay. "15 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. And Julian Adelegio goals in the 14th minute. Started on the bench last week. He did come on in their 1-1 draw with Adelaide United. Gets a starting berth this week. 3 changes from that team last week. Daniel Mullins selected Adam Pichineri to start, Julian Adelegio to start, and Matthew Centovanti to start. 3 of them come in. And out from last week goes Daniel Vaughan, Jack Rawson, Harrison Conant. Although Jack Rawson is on the bench. Campbelltown City's bench is Max Koch, Liam De Corso, Adam Liam Bruno, Alex DiCiato, and Noah Matthews, who's the reserve goalkeeper. Para Hills' bench is Caleb Robinson, he's the goalkeeper. Then Jordan Caruso, Shante Mayall, Thomas Ayomatsao, Emmanuel Wary, and Yuto Nishi. No doubt we'll see some of them coming on a bit later today. Here's Boffa, exchanges passes with Labasso. They feed it out wide. Fujinami now. Campbelltown finding their stride. Labasso, left foot, low into the middle. Nobody there though. Mori and Adelegio were lurking, but not in proximity. Para Hills Knights trying to come away with it. Labasso's through here and he's onside. He puts it into the middle. A piece of defending by Kyle Marley McFall to clear that danger. Just a word of apology for the obstruction in your view there. It's nothing much we could do about that. It's part of the scaffold here at Paddocks. And comes across into the middle. Fusco's out though, punch is clear. Chikazawa has it now. He's got a little bit of space. Doesn't have much in the way of options going forward. He's only got Lansana Smith. Although he does have Michael Jan in an overlapping run now, but he opts to go back in towards the middle. Kai Blomley now. Again, another wayward pass. But Jackson Merritt picks up. Fusco clears. Maricic back to his goalkeeper. Mullen now looking for Mori. Instinctively knew where Fusco was there. Turned his back and peeled away just at the right time, but it's a good ball over the top. One for Marco Guerrero to chase, but Centofanti's out and he picks it up. Maricic. Chip over the top there. One for Jaden Labasso to collect. Labasso switches onto his right. Inverted winger and all that. Tries to find O'Doherty, but pass is just too close to Fusco and he collects. The line out for Para Hills Knights. And that pass went out uncontested, unfortunately. It's a throw-in for Campbelltown City. Fujinama looks to take this. The Doherty. Campbelltown now just finding the spaces in midfield that Para Hills Knights weren't affording them in the first 15 minutes or so. Question there as to whether Lachlan Fisk would handle the ball outside the penalty area. Some of the body language on and off camera amuses me. Marley McFall goes long. Maricic wins that header well. The bastard takes it nicely. Skips past Blomley. David's there to... Sorry, Diana's there to stop him. Blomley again. Looks up and weighs his options. Doesn't have many, so he's forced back. Finds Ulaj. Ledger's onto him pretty quickly. Ulaj still has it. Now he's got a little bit of space. He only has Lansana Smith moving forward, though. They don't have a lot of options as they move forward up the park. It's broken back to Ulaj now. He's got a little bit of space on his left. Gets the shot in. Yeah, have just joined us. You're watching the men's RA NPL South Australia. It is 1-0 for Campbelltown. Goal in the 14th minute from Julian Ialeggio. The difference between the two sides in the other game being played concurrently. Sturt Lions and Adelaide City are nothing each. 20 minutes gone there. And there is a game tonight, 5:15 at TK Shutter Reserve. Metro Stars hosting FK Beograd. If you can get out to one of these local games, please do so. If you can't, they are on the FSA League's YouTube channel. But supporting local football by being at the game is the way to go, folks. Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member of the RAA. Here's Boffa. James Boffa, son of Mario Boffa. A legend in his own right. Back in the 80s. As Labasso makes his way forward on his right foot, puts it across the face of goal. Cleared off the line by Kyle Marley McFall. And he keeps the score at 1-0. Para Hills Knights making a change. It's Yuto Nishi who's coming on. It looks like Jackson Merritt has left the field in the far side with an injury. Indeed he has. He's only limping off young Merritt at the far side there behind the goal. As this corner comes in from Campbelltown, it's close to Fusco. He gets a punch to it. Finds Smith. Smith beats Ialeggio. And with the ball, he's got for pace as well, I think. And eventually a little trip there, maybe by Boffa. Professional foul, that one. 25 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. 1-0 here for Campbelltown City. Goal in the 14th minute from Julian Ialeggio. Para Hills Knights started brightly and they were good up until that point. Just dropped off a little bit since then. And they've just made a forced substitution. Jackson Merritt coming off, replaced by Yuto Nishi. Here's Guerrera on the far side now for Para Hills Knights. Into the middle. Nishi has a snap at it. Shigezawa, who's moved over to the right since that change, challenges. Nishi has another shot, blocked by Boffa. Cleared by Ialeggio. Here's Mori. James Boffa chips forward, finds Julian Ialeggio again. Marlon McFall's there though, he'll do well to clear this. There's Nishi. Smith skips past Boffa, doesn't get past Mullen, and O'Doherty puts it forward, one for Ialeggio to chase. Shikosiani clears for Para Hills Knights. And, our apologies if there was some strong language picked up there by the camera. They're a passionate lot here at Para Hills Knights. Head coach Joe Allison from Glasgow, I believe. His assistant Gordon Bryce. Here's Ialeggio on the far side. Keen to try and get something out of this game. They're certainly not out of it. They started well. The first 10-15 minutes were good, Para Hills Knights. And after Campbelltown's goal, the visitors have just been allowed to settle a bit. Here's Mori, flicked it on to Lobasso. Receives it back. Ialeggio's in the middle. Lobasso is making up the room as well. Marlon McFall, solid defending again. He comes away with it. Kai Blomley with the throw. And Fujinami did have his arms all around his opponent there. Not much in the way of argument against that decision. And his supportive bench cry, unlucky. Not sure if they meant unlucky he didn't get away with it. Free kick for Para Hills Knights. Marculai opts to go across the back. Kyle, Marley McFall and Samuel Adejo. Lobasso goes back to Maricic. Nice football on the deck by Campbelltown. Maricic scuffed the ground as he put that pass in, but Lobasso's judged to have been offside. Ulai takes it. And as soon as Para Hills Knights have taken a free kick, they've given possession away. Here's Julian Ialeggio now, edge of the box, only the goalkeeper to beat for his second. And that is a fantastic save by Lachlan Fusco. From point blank, come out quick, alert, gets a hand to it, puts it over the top and denies Ialeggio his second. waiting for a corner here, but the ball's taking a little while to come back. Here comes that corner. Into the middle it goes. Guerrero's underneath it. Pushes the header out. It's cleared eventually by Campbelltown. It's a throw in for Para Hills Knights. Deep inside their own territory. Blomley nutmegs his opponent. Finds Shiani. He's lost it, but Ulai's now picked it up now for Para Hills Knights. Goes forward, it's got a little bit of space. Lansana's gone to ground off the ball, but they still have the ball on the far side. Marco Guerrero with it now, edge of the box. Faces Boffa though. And his final ball lacks. Mullen distributes, finds Ayaleggio. And Maury was in with a chance there. He was onside too, but the pass was well intercepted by Kyle Marley McFault again. He's having a fine game. Maury picks it up. Receives it back from Fujinami and makes his way forward. His final pass is lacking though, and Lansana Smith picked it up, but he is a lone striker, so he's only got himself. And Guerrero's popped up in that far side, but given away somewhat cheaply there by Campbelltown in that final third. Samuel Adejo wins that joust. Chips forward. Maury flicks on for Labasso. They're combining well there, and he's received it again. Labasso now makes his way forward to Maury on his left foot. Shot just over the bar. If you got points for good build up, Campbelltown would have got one there. Gonna put the ball in the back of the net though. Here's Mark Ulai. Ball into the middle. Lansana Smith will put this back in. Marchich gets a toe to it though. Centre Fanti. And the referee Dennis Bulashag doing the countdown. He's the loudest one out there. Goalkeepers, of course, this season have 8 seconds to release the ball. Once they have it under control, that is. And a failure to do so results in them conceding a corner. So referees now counting down the time for the goalkeepers, because many of the goalkeepers can't count from 8 seconds down to 0. So they have the referee do it for them. So far, for the most part, I think there's only been one incident where a goalkeeper in this year's RA NPL has failed to release the ball within the mandatory 8 seconds, even with the assistance of a referee counting it down for him. Adejo. Back to his goalkeeper, Lachlan Fusco. Chikazawa now. Finds Siani. Blomley now in this near side. Little chip over the top. Nobody in the middle. That's where Lansana Smith usually is, but he was absent on that occasion. It just dropped a little bit deeper. And it went all the way through to the goalkeeper, Matthew Centofanti. He's distributed it to Jordan Maricic. He chips long. Morey's underneath this one. Josh Morey, will he get the better of his opponent? He does, and that's another good stop by Lachlan Fusco. Mullen brings it down nicely. From Alessio Malisi on that far side. Fujinami now, he's behind Blomley. Marlon McFall clears. Adam Piscineri, judged to have fouled his opponent.
Get back in early! Get back in early!
Just taking a little bit of time to return the ball to his opponents. And in doing so, he's inadvertently given them an extra 5 yards. Not that it matters too much back there. Marlon McFall for Para Hills Knights, just on the halfway line. Currently the team 1-0 down. It's a through ball for Morey to chase. Adejo's there to usher it back. Fusco gets there first, and he clears into the adoring support on that far side. The main stand here at the Paddocks, where Para Hills Knights have been playing their football since the late 70s. Cross comes in. Jude Labasso will get to this one. Blomley's kept him on track though. Fujinami's on an overlapping run, crosses in with his left, free header, and a great goal. Julian Ayaleggio gets his second. A free header though. Lachlan Fusco beaten to his left-hand post. 2-0. And that did have the appearance of a training drill, really. Para Hills Knights well beaten there. And Ayaleggio has 2 for the day. And 2 league goals for the season. These are his first 2 goals in the league. Forty minutes gone now here at Para Hills Knights, where the home side find themselves 2-0 down. As I mentioned before, they had a bright start. Their first 15 minutes were good, and they came undone, conceding their first goal and haven't been on top since. Coach Joe Allison was forced into a substitution back in the 24th minute when Yuto Nishi came on for Jackson Merritt. The latter picking up an injury that caused his departure from the field of play. Just around the grounds, Sturt Lions hosting Adelaide City. 38 minutes gone there. It is 0 each. A bit later today at 5:15, Metro Stars host FK Beograd. No score from that game because that's happening in the future. If you do follow our WNPL here, Mudbury Vista currently 1-0 down to West Adelaide in the Women's Premier League. There's Lansana Smith now underneath Maricic. Maricic maybe loses the ball a bit in the sun. Chikazawa plays it into Blomley. Fujinami goes back to Maricic, and Maricic clears with his left. Only as far though as Nishi. And Yuto Nishi plays it across to the other side. Samuel Adejo now. Marco Guerrera. Can Para Hills Knights pull something back here? Cross into the middle. Met by Mullen. Goes to Doherty. Doherty clears over the top. Route 1 football here. In the end, final ball played out wide where maybe down the middle would have been better. Kai Blomley. Collects and clears, gives it back to his goalkeeper. Markulai now has it. Chikazawa now tries to get across in with his left. Too close to the goalkeeper though. Comfortably taken by Matthew Centofanti. Lobasso. Fujinami with the throw in. I think he lost the ball, or at least control of the ball as he threw it into the park there, but they still have it, Campbelltown. Here's Josh Morey, edge of the box, tries to find the space for the right foot shot, perfectly placed off the inside of the far post. Campbelltown go 3-0 up now. And it'll be difficult now for Para Hills Knights to come back from this, I would say. Into the last minute or so of the first half. Santa Smith does well there. Beats two players in Ialeggio and Doherty with that reverse pass. Adejo now on the far side. Siani exchanging passes with Marley McFall. Eventually the ball comes into the middle. Shikazawa's underneath it. Doherty, Dialeggio, back to O'Doherty. Jane Lobasso just bobbled as it got to him. It came off his shin. Nishi now has a little bit of space. Reverses his pass back to Lansana Smith, who has a strike. Maricic is back well to block, but Smith still has it. Comes back to Chikazawa, who'd started in the left and is now in the right. He crosses with his left. Finds Adejo at the back post. Adejo can't get it back across the face of goal. Jordan O'Doherty now. Back to Jordan Maricic and receives it back. As Fujinami in this near side. Yeah, with a chip over the top for Labasso to chase. Fusco's out early though. Clears high. Fujinami got his head to that one but landed awkwardly. And just with that, the referee Dennis Poolajai says that's enough for one half. Let's go and have ourselves a 15-minute break. It is 3-0 on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for Campbelltown. Goal scoring was opened in the 14th minute by Julian Ialeggio, and he got a second in the 40th minute before Josh Murray made it 3-0 with a goal on the 43rd minute. Just around the grounds, I'll let you know what the score is at start. Except I can't because it hasn't come up. The last time we looked it was 0 each there. But it is time for a break here. We'll go and have a little interval. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the men's RA NPL South Australia. It's 3-0 for Campbelltown here at the Paddocks, home of Para Hills Knights. More to come soon.
I signed my child up. Well, this is probably second time, I reckon. Last year we did it as well.
I thought it'd be good for her to get out and be active because she loves playing soccer.
It's just great to get the kids out, especially off the iPads and stuff like that as well.
She's made new friends and I'd definitely recommend it to other people.
So you just enjoy the game and just enjoy playing with other kids, yeah.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
side. 10 pass isn't really that great, but they still have it. Shot from distance, and that is an absolute rocket from Caelan Laird. Super sub comes on, makes it 3-0.
Cutting inside, has the strike. Hussein! That's an unbelievable goal, Abu Hussein, for his first of the club. We're only 5 minutes in here, but he's almost taken the net off.
Ball. Bucco now. Great crossfield pass to Dominic Costanzo on this side here. On his left. Gets a shot in. That's goal bound! It's gone in. Fine finish by Dominic Costanzo, making it 1-1 on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. And maybe no. Scores update in a minute here as this free kick comes in from Kasimovic. He's hit it well. Oh, Hasan Kasimovic. Pick that one out. Oh, that's I've got no words, Paul. That doesn't happen very often, but that's a fine free kick.
No, that's a super strike. Super strike.
Might have been playing out to the path of that Stella, but Corner on the break. Sia John has a shot from distance. Wow! Goal of the week! Sia John!
One of the best signs that we know when it is a positive experience is when children keep coming back. We want them to be open to make a mistake so they keep learning. The learning is hidden within the games. So as much as possible, get in contact with the ball.
The kids are repeating the drills a lot, so it just becomes a muscle memory. The kids don't need to focus on the skill itself, they just do it naturally, yeah.
I love refereeing because it's a challenge, you know, to go out to try and get the right decision, manage some of the egos or the personalities, knowing that you've got all these different types of people at play. And it's actually been a good life school as well. I started refereeing junior games on the Sunday. I was playing in senior football on the Saturday, so I felt like, you know, making some money. I think I was a decent player back then. You know, I could have stayed around and played senior football in NPL, but I decided to go refereeing, and I've got in the National League much quicker than if I was as a player. Probably wouldn't have made it as a player, to be honest. Just kind of never looked back and was happy to progress. But I think people should try refereeing. I think it's a great tool to realise, you know, how you can also contribute to part of the game. There's pathways. Definitely it can be a rewarding career.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level. And with a better level, there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player, technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing, a lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play, and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
Still in the box, and it's another goal!
Hello and welcome back here to Para Hills Knights for the second half of this men's RA NPL match between the host side Para Hills Knights, playing in the white and black strips on the right of your screen, and Campbelltown City playing in the all red on the left of your screen, shooting towards the goal on the right. It is 3-0 right now on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. 2 goals by Julian Ialeggio in that first half, before Josh Morey scored a third with just a few minutes left on that first half clock to make it 3-0 for the visitors. Para Hills Knights did have a strong start, but as Morey races through and goal, clean by Fusco, who seems to have done something to his leg. He's hobbling back. Maybe he hurt his ankle there as he came out at pace to clear from Morey, and he's gone to ground. That doesn't look too good. Para Hills Knights goalkeeper Caleb Robinson might yet be called upon. And Lachlan Fusco's had a very good first half, despite conceding the 3 goals. The physio attending to him now. These two teams did meet, of course, twice last year in round 7. Campbelltown lost 5-2 to Para Hills Knights in that game. And then the return leg played here in round 18. Campbelltown were 5-1 winners in that tie. And that 5-2 win for Para Hills Knights was their first in a long time over Campbelltown. In fact, the last home point that Para Hills Knights have won from Campbelltown was round 7 back in 2019, a 0-0 draw. And the last Para Hills Knights win prior to 2025 was round 14 in 2017. That was a 3-2 win for Para Hills Knights. Ian Fife and Kato Minamura scoring for Campbelltown. Alex Mullen with a hat-trick for Para Hills Knights. And Mullen, of course, playing for Campbelltown today, some 9 years on. Bet he can't believe where the time has gone. Throw in for Campbelltown here. Ialeggio trying to receive it from Melisi, but Samuel Adejo will clear. There's Marco Guerrera. Goes inside, O'Doherty's there. There's Morey. Finds Labasso on that far side. Fujinami receives it now. Alex Mullen goes forward. Labasso's there. Fusco's also there. Fusco gets there first and clears. Appeals for a handball there, but I think the referee's played advantage. Fujinami. Jordan Maricic. Alex Mullen. A little chip over the top for Morey to chase. He's got there. He's not kept it in though. Assistant on this side, Ibrahim Sahidi, has his flag up. Para Hills Knights goalkeeper Lachlan Fusco will get us back underway. I don't think he's quite right. He's still straining off the off camera after taking that knock. Samuel Adejo makes his way forward. Para Hills Knights reserve keeper Caleb Robinson is still warming up. Ziani tries to play the ball into the middle. Doherty gets the better of him. There's a little tug in the shirt there. And it's a free kick for Campbelltown. Saidi with his flag up early there. Let's go again. Playing it out the back. Kyle Marley McFall now. Finds Samuel Adejo on this near side. Doesn't fancy taking on Piscineri and goes back. Kyle Blomley on the far side now. Challenged by Jaden Labasso. Supporters on that far side waving to the camera. Everybody enjoying themselves here at Para Hills Nights. It's a very pleasant afternoon. I'm certainly enjoying myself. Marlon McFall gets there first with his head. Chikazawa and Nishi combining well in the middle of the park. Chikazawa has a little bit of space. He doesn't look like he's not sure what to do with it. Maybe it would have been worth a shot, but he's played it out wide. And eventually James Boffa picks it up for Campbelltown, finds Jaden Labasso. Labasso just inside his own half, plays it out wide. One for Maury to chase, and Maury will get there, but he won't be able to keep it in. And it goes out of play as indicated by the assistant on the far side, Damir Davis. Kai Blomley, should I say, forced to retrieve the ball himself. He's a good sport. There's Adam Piscineri. Plays in Jaden Labasso. Has Maury in the middle. And Josh Maury gets there. There's a little trip, but nothing given. Maybe tripped over his own feet. Referee Dennis Poulajai has no hesitation in ignoring that one. Throw in front of us, Samuel Adejo with it. Goes into the middle. Yuto Nishi goes to ground after that challenge from Jordan O'Doherty. And it's a free kick for Para Hills Knights just inside the Campbelltown half, right in front of the long shadows cast by the gum trees behind us. Here comes that free kick. It's not great, but they still have it. A shot from distance at Nishi. It bobbled right in front of Centofanti, but the goalkeeper was equal to the task, and he's held that one well. He rolls it out to Maricic. Maricic with his left goes up the line, finds Josh Maury. He's got Julian Ayalejo in the middle. Cross is lacking, and it goes out. It'll be a goal kick. Mark Ulai now for Para Hills Knights, their captain. Kyle Marley McFall. Kosiani pushes it out wide, taken down well by Chikazawa. He crosses into the middle. Mullen tries to clear, it's blocked by Nishi. Chikazawa has it now for Para Hills Knights. Tries to exchange passes with Nishi. Jaden Labasso plays it out wide. Maury's judged to have been offside by Ibrahim Sahidi in this near side, despite the protestations of the visiting bench. Dejo now. Finds Marco Guerrera. He goes back to Marley McFall. Siani. Guerrero. Pass is intercepted by Pictionary right in front of us. Now it's Alessio. Josh Morey. Forced back. But they've got the space at the back and they've only got Lansana Smith in opposition, so Campbelltown come away with it quite comfortably. Now it's Alessio. He's got Jaden Labasso in the middle. Final ball behind the player. Marco Guerrero comes away with it now for Para Hills Knights. Boffa's equal to the task. He races back, concedes the throw in. Throw in for Para Hills Knights. Marco line out for Para Hills Knights. Just a quick around the grounds for you. Obviously it's 3-0 here for Campbelltown. 57 minutes gone, but up at Carinya, Sturt Lions in the 53rd minute. They're 1-0 up against Adelaide City. And there's a game a bit later tonight. Metro Stars hosting FK Beograd. There's also a couple of matches in the HPG Homes State League 1. Cove host South Adelaide, and a bit of a derby there at the Southern Soccer Facility. That's a 5 p.m. kickoff. And later tonight, Adelaide Cobras hosting Adelaide Blue Eagles at 7 at the Pro Paint and Panel Weigel Oval. As Fusco collects that one. It's Marley McFall now. Lansana Smith judged to have fouled his opponent as Para Hills Knights look to make a couple of changes. Got a little bit of an incident here. The referee, Dennis Pulajai. They've got some dust in his eye, but Para Hills Knights taking advantage of the break, taking on some fluids, making a couple of substitutions as well. If you have just joined us, it is 3-0 here at Para Hills Knights in this RA men's NPL match between the host side, Campbelltown City. Campbelltown City scoring in the 14th minute through Julian Ialeggio. He then got his second in the 40th minute before Josh Morey scored in the 43rd minute. A little break in play while the referee Dennis Pulajai is attended to by the Campbelltown City medical staff. And in the end, it's a free kick for Campbelltown, which has been taken by Alessio Melisi. One of the Para Hills Knights substitutes there, Jordan Caruso, gets his head to that one. That's his first touch of the game. And James Boffa goes back to Alex Mullen. Mullen goes back to his goalkeeper, Matthew Sensor finds it. Leggio on the far side. Lucy's out. Para Hills Knights come away with it. Kyle Marlin McFall now. Campbelltown happy to sit deep in 4-3-3. The three strikers just hanging back a little bit, allowing Para Hills Knights possession in their own half where they really don't have any potency. Michael Diana earning himself a yellow card for that challenge there. Alessio Melisi back on his feet after that challenge. Campbelltown have made a substitution during that little interval. Jack Rawson has come on. And Adam Piscineri, the player who's come off for him. Still debating that challenge, but I think the referee probably got that one right. Probably looked worse than it was. There's Rawson down the right hand side now. Challenged by Caruso. Two substitutes opposing each other here. Jaden Labasso picks the ball up. And that final third of Doherty's got it now at the edge of the box. Leggio back to Doherty, shot to the far side, not far off target, but they don't count. You have to be on target. Here's James Boffa picking up on a loose ball. Emmanuel Wary on the far side for Para Hills Knights. He's another substitute that's come on in that little info we had, and that's poor from Lachlan Fusco, who's put the ball out of play really with No pressure on him. And it's a throw in for Campbelltown, taken by Malisi. Malisi will take the throw to get us back underway here. Into the box it goes. Ialeggio's underneath it. Maricic gets his head there first. Boffa wins the second header. Still they have it, Campbelltown. Para Hills Knights unable to play football right now. Other than that, which is just to clear it. Alex Mullen in a foot race with Marco Guerrera. Well, Mullen did have his arms around his opponent there, but I think he's got away with it. And it's just a throw-in which they've taken. Into the middle they went there through Michael Diana, but there's Mori now in that far side for Campbelltown. Challenged by Chikazawa. He still has it. Emmanuel Wary picks up the loose ball. Chikazawa now has it for Para Hills Knights. Finds Nishi. And she's now got a little bit of space. Campbelltown happy to allow Para Hills Knights that space when they're out of possession. And they sit back. Here's Michael Diana again. Mullen goes back to Maricic eventually, and he clears. Emmanuel Wary's underneath this, gets his head to it. Finds Adejo, who's moved into a centre back position. Wary's gone over to that far side. And that has occasioned me to realise that Mark Hulai is the player who's been substituted off for Emmanuel Wary. You can only assume for an injury because Hulai had a good first half, good hours football. Kyle Marlin, it falls the person who's wearing the captain's armband and has chipped the ball forward there. It's met by his counterpart Alex Mullen. He heads clear. Julian Ialeggio picks up now for Campbelltown inside the centre circle, pushes it wide. Dejo intercepts. Blomley picks up. Diana has it. Siani has it. And now it comes out to this near side.
Hey, let's start taking the ball. Nice. Back in, Jules. Back in.
Weary goes back to Fusco. That's a dejected looking kick from the goalkeeper there. The body language tells 1,000 words, doesn't it? It's a new phrase I just made up. I think you knew what I meant, folks. Dejo's underneath that, heads it down nicely. Finds Blomley. He's put it through. Siani's onto this one now. Has a little bit of space. He's at the edge of the box. He has a shot. Blocked by Mullen though. Nishi picks up now for Para Hills Knights. Judged to be offside though. Suggestion from the Para Hills Knights bench that Campbelltown City were taking longer than they should to get play back underway, but thankfully the boys in red have done that now, and we are underway. Here's Mori at the edge of the box, makes his way in towards the near post, tap in from close range. Campbelltown City have gone into a 4-0 lead now. Jaden Labasso from close range after good work by Josh Mori on the wing. And it's 4-0. '72nd minute. And that adds to the goals scored in the 14th minute by Julian Ialeggio. Goal in the 40th minute by Julian Ialeggio. Goal in the 43rd minute by Josh Morey. To make it 4-0 now. And Jane Labasso scores his second league goal of 2026. Making it 4-0. And I doubt there's a way back now for Para Hills Knights, who've, to be honest, played like a state league team today. Campbelltown City, undoubtedly the better of the two combatant sides. Here's Marisic now. Forward they go. Still forward they go. Labasso. Emmanuel Wary now for Para Hills Knights. Left foot into the middle of the park. Really just a pass to anyone who's there. But maybe clearing the danger was paramount for him. Rawson makes his way down to the byline, gets his cross in. That's a good cross. There's Boffa. Here's Chikazawa now for Para Hills Knights. Comes back, finds Blomley. And it breaks down again. Lack of communication. Well, maybe a little bit of a lack of purpose as they came forward. And Julian Ialeggio now has it now for Campbelltown City on his right foot. Blazes his shot wide. He had Labasso and he had Morey in the middle. He's missed both of them. And that interlude allows a couple more substitutions. Liam DeCorso and Adam Liam Bruno look set to come on for Campbelltown City. Julian Ialeggio coming off. 2 goals to his name as well. And for Para Hills Knights, Thomas Iomatso comes on. And he's replacing Michael Diana. And in the midst of all that, another substitution, Alex Mullen comes off. And Adam Liam Bruno on. Just trying to see who Alex Mullen has handed the captain's armband to. Just out of interest, but I can't actually see that anyone got it. Surely Campbelltown aren't skipperless though. I see Jordan O'Doherty is the player who's taking the armband, number 7 in the middle of the park for Campbelltown. Josh Morey now picks the ball up just inside his opponent's half, makes his way over to this side. Para Hills Knights back in numbers. Morey's gone to ground there after that challenge. And it's a yellow card for Marco Guerrera for that challenge on Josh Morey. Cross comes in from that free kick, almost a header there for Labasso. Fusco clears. Free kick throw in for Campbelltown. Kosiani comes away with it now for Para Hills Knights. Has an overlapping run from Thomas Ayomatsu, and he's now picked the ball up. Liam Bruno battling in the far side to win the ball. He hasn't got it though. Still with Para Hills Knights. Blomley over to Samuel Adejo, who's swapped over to that right hand side for Para Hills Knights after starting the second half on the left. Marco Guerrera tackled by James Boffa. Concedes a free kick in the far side for Para Hills Knights. Into the 79th minute here. It is 4-0 in the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard at Carigna Reserve. Sturt Lions at 1-0 up against Adelaide City. Free kick comes in. No takers, and a header at the back post from Emmanuel Wary. Didn't make the clean contact required though. It's gone out for a goal kick. Here's Wary with Maury on his shoulder. Maury's got the better of him. He's got Labasso in the middle, and he's got Jack Rawson in the middle. His cross comes in. Rawson's the nearest one. Gone beyond him though. Para Hills Knights eventually clear the lines, but again, clear it only as far as Campbelltown's defenders. And Maricic picks this one up. Here's Maury now on that far side. Faces Wary, gets his cross in with his left into the middle. Free header for Labasso. Couldn't direct it. Coming in at a difficult angle. It's Marley McFall. Nishi. Labasso again. Decides to take on his opponents. Marley McFall gets a toe in, clears. Despite having conceded 4 goals, for me, Marley McFall's been one of their best players out there in the park. Campbelltown at the back have looked good, but they haven't been tested, whereas Marley McFall and co at the back for Para Hills Knights have been tested all day. Here's Nishi now for Para Hills Knights. Final pass is poor. Fujinama now. Maricic. Melisi read the ball well, played it forward, but final pass too heavy. Jack Rawson was going to give chase, but he wasn't going to catch that one. Now it's Samuel Adejo on the far side. That one's gone out in the full. Uncharacteristic error there from Campbelltown to concede the throw-in, unforced. Samuel Adejo takes a throw. Still Adejo cuts across the field into a crowd though. His run was blocked, but they still have the ball. Marlon McFall now out to this near side. Jordan Caruso. Chikazawa. Boffa's gone to ground, but they're playing on. Forward come Para Hills Knights, but dearie me, that didn't work out. Jordan O'Doherty, captain now for Campbelltown. Ushers James Boffa back to his feet. Doherty's playing a fine game there for Campbelltown in that field, in that midfield role. Here's Rawson now for Campbelltown, heads of the box, gets the better of Caruso, gets the cross in. Collected by Fusco though. Caruso comes to meet that one from Wary. There's still some spirit in this Para Hills side. Thomas Ayamoto there, battling for the ball and winning it. Anyway, the end result is a free kick for Para Hills Knights. Can they get something here? Wee consolation. Interestingly enough, they've left the taller players out, and so it's free kick, and it's the shorter players who are in for the headers here. Nishi, Chikazawa. And it's Chikazawa who challenges for that one, but he was nowhere near it. Wary picks it up. Chikazawa again. This is where he's better when the ball's on the deck. Can't get the space, and eventually the cross comes in from Blomley into the middle. Headed clear by Fujinami though. Long afternoon shadows cast across the park. The sun setting on this one for Para Hills Knights. Caruso now, down to the byline he goes, marshalled by his opponent, forced back, eventually the shot comes in, and in fact it was going wide. Sintafanti could have left that one, but he opted to play safe and got a hand to it, and he's conceded the corner, but it looked to me like it was going comfortably wide and it didn't have much in the way of pace, so an interesting goalkeeping decision. Maybe just lost his bearings for the moment. But it is a corner for Para Hills Knights.
Strong, strong.
And here comes that corner, whipped in, 6-yard box, cleared by Melisi. And a couple of late changes here for Campbelltown. Max Koch and Alex De Ciato coming on. And players coming off. Jordan Maricic and Alessio Melisi. Blomley now. Samuel Adejo to this near side. Marley McFall. Chikazawa forced back. Didn't have any options looking forward. It's Marley McFall again. Chips over. Nice ball actually to Caruso. Judged to be offside though. Damir Davis, the assistant, the far side with his flag up early. Matthew Centofanti is the player who's going to take this one for Campbelltown. He's a long way from his goal, but I imagine he'll go long with this one. And he does. Blomley's under it, so is Labasso. Ends up with Maury. Maury drifts out to the byline as Rosnan in support. Opts not to use him. Goes to the ground and Weary puts the ball into his head. I think it's accidental. Surely it's accidental. There'll be a ringing in young Josh Maury's ears for a few hours after that, I would say. I shouldn't be humorous about someone's misfortune like that. It is a free kick for Campbelltown. Jordan O'Doherty wearing the skipper's armband. After Alex Mullins substituted, takes the free kick, whips it in. Boffa's closest. And a snapshot from Labasso, just wide though. Spun on the ball there. Got his shot in, pushed it wide, but he turned as if doing a twizzle. A renowned figure skating movement, as I'm sure most of you are aware. Back underway. Centofanti displaying his footballing skills to bring that one under control from the pass back and clear. Into the last minute of regular time here. Chikazawa. Para Hills Knight still playing some football. Blomley now. Crossfield pass to this near side. The Para Hills Knights have got two players out here on the wing. Actually, cross comes into the middle. Free header for Guerrera. Blocked, half-hearted appeals for a penalty there from Para Hills Knights. Faithful in this near side. Blomley. Labasso picks up. Blomley tries to retrieve it again. Strong challenge in the middle of the park. They still have it, Campbelltown. Cross from Maury into the middle. Labasso with a header. Doherty's appealing that Labasso should maybe have left it, but I think as a striker you're going to be going for any half chance you can. Why wouldn't you? That's your job. Here's Nishi now for Para Hills Knights. Blomley now for Para Hills Knights. Again intercepted. Morris through here. We have chance. He still has it. Morris shoots, scores. It's 5. And that's the end, surely. Created the space well, and right on the final whistle has scored the 5th and final goal. His 2nd of the game, and his 8th for the season, right on the full-time whistle. Scoring was opened in the 14th minute through Julian Ialeggio. Ialeggio got his 2nd and the team's 2nd in the 40th minute, before Josh Morey scored to make it 3-0 in the 43rd minute. Jaden Labasso popping up to convert a Morey cross in the 72nd minute, made it 4-0. And Morey scoring at the end there, making it 5-0 for Campbelltown on the day. A result that will go a long way to boosting their confidence as they chase the top 6 spot. Further disappointment for Para Hills Knights. They just can't seem to get the breaks. And they sit bottom of the RA NPL again. Much thinking for coaches Joe Allison and Gordon Bryce to do as they seek to try and get their first points of the season. A tough day out for them. And it has made the final score 5-0 over at Carrinia. Sturt Lions still 1-0 up against Adelaide City. There's just 2 minutes left in that game. Sturt looking to get 3 points on the board there. At 5:15 at TK Shutter Reserves, Metro Stars are hosting FK Belgrade, and that will conclude round 7 of the men's RA here in RA NPL here in South Australia. I've been your host tonight, David Grant. Thoroughly enjoyed every minute I've spent with you. Entertaining enough game, plenty of goals, plenty of action. Got to be a happy audience out there, I would say. But for now, I must depart. It's been a pleasure. See you next time. Cheers.